Uplift. Work hard. It's what I was born to do. It's important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. Everybody wants to fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself.
Hey. Welcome back to another episode on the Shift and Uplift podcast. Here is where we help you laugh at your fears, best friend your soul, and believe that you can. I'm your host, Jacques. We're going to dig deep into the real, the raw, and the sometimes messy side of love. We're talking about something that's been on my mind lately a lot. Loving the person who appreciates you, even when you're at your absolute worst. You know, the kind of love where you just feel like you can be your most authentic version of yourself, and that person still chooses you every single day. Now, if you don't know, now you know. For those of you who know me in real life, you get it. For those of you who don't, well, now you do, right? I have a lover and I have a past and I'm human and I make mistakes and I'm hyper and I'm sensitive and I'm not sensitive and I'm all these things at once, right? But the thing that I'm not is I'm not pretending that I'm not none of these things at the same time. So any of my stories, I respect my lover. I want to be kind and I want to be understanding and sympathetic to him and his past and my past and the life that we actually live. So my stories are super filtered down. When I say filtered, I mean like imagine putting like 4 Snapchat filters on one picture. It's super filtered, right? So let's dive deep into it. Let's talk about someone who helped me shape my idea of love. My lover, the person who has been with me through the absolute thickest and the thinnest. He's that steady rock, the kind of love it's simple, but it's profound. And there's this person from the past, let's call him Pork Chop. And there's this guy from the past, Pork Chop, who has taught me what love is and is not. But Pork Chop also showed me that sometimes what you think is love is just a whole bunch of complex situations. Let's get into the lover. The lover is the kind of person who makes my life simple, and he just does those little things that it makes a huge difference. It's no super grand gestures to the outside world, no super extravagant words like, oh my gosh, but it's pure, uncomplicated love. And you know what? Hold on, reverse. He does have extravagant words, and he said the nicest, the sweetest things to me. So let's get that understood. Now, fast forward. Lover just taught me about kindness and understanding and fighting for what I believe in, what we believe in together. Our relationship isn't bound by gender roles or ego, and it's real, it's raw, and it's accepting, and it's forgiving. He knows the good and the bad and the ugly parts of me, and he still wakes up and chooses to be by my side. There's freedom in our love. I can be myself, my whole authentic, unfiltered self, and good googly moogly. Sometimes I know that's a lot, right? He gives me space and he gives me time to think, and in return, I give him the love that he needs. As long as I'm good to him, he's good to me. There's no need for anything else. His love doesn't change depending on who he's around. He's consistent and he's unwavering and he's honest. Now, Pork Chop, the past that lingers. But let's be real for a second, because I try to keep it as honest as possible while being respectful on this show. Let's dive into the drama, child, and shall we say drama, because we all love a bit of that. Sometimes it's exciting, but let's talk about Pork Chop. He's a person from the past that when I was single, I entertained. He's outgoing, he's fun, and he's definitely brought an element of excitement to my life. He's the guy who could light up a room but he secretly struggled with his own insecurities. After all, they say most of the comedians do. You see, Pork Chop was never really someone's number one and only. I feel that Pork Chop hasn't ever necessarily been prioritized in the way long term that he needs and he deserves to be. And that kind of made him want to seek validation from anyone that was willing to give it. He wasn't the kind to just fall in love with anybody. But when Pork Chop cares, he cares. The problem was his version of caring wasn't what satisfied my needs. It was fragmented. Loyalty only when it was convenient. I'd be lying to say if he didn't bring some type of fun to my life. I watched him change right before my eyes, and he became gentle, or if that's a word, or his version of gentle anyway. And I felt like I know that he put his life on the line for me, which he proved, right? But loyalty to women, yes. That was complicated. He wanted to please. He wanted to be seen as doing a great job. And you can see him falling deeply at one point in time, but not fully. Not the way Lover does. And I knew that deep down inside, I could never expect Pork Chop to be 100% faithful. The grass isn't always green on the other side. Here's the thing. Having that situation with Pork Chop taught me a lot. I learned that not everyone is going to check all those boxes, but it also showed me that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Yeah, sure, Pork Chop was outgoing and fun and can hang and party, but did I really want that? Or did I think I wanted that? Or did I want my lover? Did I want the one who can sit at home, who's chilled, relaxed? He doesn't seek validation. He doesn't need approval from others. He don't go out, and his love is steady. It makes me feel safe and secure, and it makes me be okay with doing things my future self would thank me for, because Lover made me feel like this is forever. Now, Pork Chop didn't have his life together where he wanted to be, but Pork Chop got potential. He had potential. He tries, and he's a man that tries, and he believes in doing what's right, even sometimes when the cards are stacked up against him. But no matter how much his life was turning to shambles, it was something that's admirable about him. Even though there was times that you just kind of be in awe, it just still wasn't enough. The love I needed was consistent and made me feel confident. And it was the love that could weather every storm, not just to be fun when the sun was shining. Now, the real lesson is love happens at its worst. Here's the real kicker. My lover showed me what it means to love someone at their worst. And even if you let me, I love you at your worst too. I love you in those moments when you're not quite yourself and when you don't like the person staring back at you in the mirror. I just want to be there to remind you of who you are at your best and the person that you make me when I'm standing next to you. I'd love to be there when you're angry. And even though it's a side that only very few people see, I want to be there for you. I want to try to fix it. I want to try to be there with you to guide you through it. And I'll love you when you push me away. And even when you say you're better off alone, I won't believe it for a second. That's the love I want, and that's the love I need. And that's the love that I have to be grateful for. Because the truth is, the juice is worth the squeeze. Love chooses you. So to anyone out there wondering if the grass is greener on the other side, sometimes it's not. It's not about looking over the fence. Sometimes love is about watering the grass that you're standing on. Love the one who stays, the one who chooses you every day, even when you're a mess, even when you're at your worst, because that's the kind of love that lasts. And trust me, when you find it, you'll know. So for all my lovebirds and hopeless romantics out there, thank you for tuning in. If you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and tell me your thoughts and comments below. And leave a review. We love great reviews. It helps us and it helps other people to find out about the show. But until next time, keep loving fiercely and authentically.